Greetings, listeners. Welcome to the inaugural episode of Lestrange Whispers, where the shadows speak and the unexpected answers. I am Mathalzar Lestrange, your guide through tales seldom told. Broadcasting from an undisclosed anti-ministry location deep within the shadows, protected by wards they can't even comprehend.
And Grizzle is here too. Grizzle helps. Grizzle dusts.
Yes, quite. Grizzle, do tell them what else you do.
Grizzle listens, polishes, runs away from ghosts in the West Wing. Precisely the sort of riveting insights you can expect, though not from him. Today marks the beginning of something different. Grizzle thought today was polishing day.
No, Grizzle. Today, you're supposed to help me interview Vernon Dursley.
The beefy muggle?
The very same. Prepare yourself, dear listeners, for not all horrors lurk in darkness. Some wear pinstripe suits and moustaches.
Grizzle is not ready.
Neither is he. This show is funded, reluctantly, might I add, by Draco Malfoy's discreet galleon contributions, Vernon Dursley's own company Grunnings, whether he knows it or not, and a suspicious advertising deal with Rita Skeeter's independent media network, all of whom wish this show would go away. But truth doesn't fade. And tonight, my listeners, you're in for a rare treat. Because tonight, I'm not alone. Tonight, you'll hear from a muggle.
A what, my lord? A muggle? They'll hex your ears off.
The underground wizarding broadcasts we're discussing today reveal something shocking. Harry Potter's uncle is suing him for nearly 500,000 galleons in damages and compensation. And that's just the beginning of this remarkable story. You know what really stands out to me? The way Vernon Dursley breaks down the actual costs of housing the Chosen One. We're talking 18 years of expenses, plus emotional damages, plus property destruction from magical warfare.
The numbers are pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. I mean, converting it to magical currency, we're looking at 400,000 galleons. That's enough to buy several houses in Hogsmeade.
And here's what makes this story so compelling. It's not just about money. Dursley describes how his entire life was upended. His insurance wouldn't cover magical damage. His business suffered because clients heard he associated with wizards, and his son still has PTSD from Dementor encounters.
That raises an interesting question about responsibility. Should the Ministry of Magic have some kind of compensation program for muggles caught in magical conflicts?
Because tonight's guest isn't just any muggle. He's someone who knows the scars this war left. He housed Harry Potter, he endured the war, and he too has been abandoned by the wizarding world. And he's ready to talk. Joining me now, live from somewhere deep in Muggle territory, is none other than Vernon Dursley, businessman, survivor, and the only Muggle preparing a legal case against the boy who lived.
Are we on? Right then. Look, I'll say this straight away. I didn't want to do this, talking to all you lot again. But you've given me no choice. For years I kept my mouth shut, figured let sleeping dogs lie. But after what's happened, after what I've been through, after what Potter did, someone needs to hear my story. I was evacuated, you know. Me, my wife, my boy Dudley. Taken in the middle of the night by your ministry. Tossed in some safe house. Treated worse than prisoners. Fed like animals. And when we finally returned to our home, it was gone. Blasted apart. Burned. Looted. Everything I worked for. Destroyed. I never asked to be part of your world, but now that you've dragged me in, I'm not going quietly. I'm here to get what's owed to me. Marvelous. Tell them, Vernon. Tell them about the lawsuit. For 18 years I housed Harry Potter. 18 years. I fed him, clothed him, paid the heating bills. I kept him alive while the rest of you were off waving wands.
And what thanks did I get?
Nothing. Not a galleon. Not a knut. Now I hear Potter's living like royalty. Book tours, speeches, personal appearances, selling his face on chocolate frogs. And me? I'm still paying off the repairs to number 4. That's why I'm suing him. I'm seeking back pay, interest, emotional damages. And I'll find a lawyer who'll take the case, even if I have to march straight into Diagon Alley.
You hear that, listeners? This muggle wants justice.
Justice or galleons?
Both!
Tell me, Vernon, do you ever wonder why Potter was left with you? What if Dumbledore put him there not for protection, but to hide something? What better way to conceal a Horcrux than in plain sight, inside a boy? What if you weren't Potter's guardian? What if you were his jailer?
I don't want to think about that.
Perhaps you should. Go on, Vernon. Tell them everything. The world needs to know.
Fine. You lot talk about wars, prophecies, chosen ones. But do you know what war actually is? It's waking up one morning and finding your house's roof blown clear off, and your insurance company saying act of magic isn't covered. It's walking into Grunnings one Monday morning and finding out your top client pulled their drills contract because they heard you associate with wizards. It's watching your Dudley, my boy, wake up screaming every night, thinking Dementors are in his closet. And it's getting no apology, not from your ministry, not from that Potter boy, no compensation, nothing. That's when I decided, enough. I found a solicitor, muggle firm, thought they wouldn't take it, but money talks. And magical damage is still damage.
And what are you suing for exactly?
Repairs to number 4, loss of business revenue, psychological trauma. Oh, and maintenance fees.
Maintenance fees.
18 years, Lestrange. I housed your precious chosen one, paid his food bill, kept him alive, not for free.
I calculated it. Lodging, meals, clothing, interest. At standard rates, Potter owes me £1.2 million.
My lord, that's almost 400,000 galleons.
Exactly. And I'm charging more for emotional damages.
Listeners, there you have it. This muggle, this war victim, seeks compensation for what the wizarding world did to him. But Vernon, Potter wasn't the only cause of that destruction, was he?
No.
Tell them.
When we got back to Privet Drive, it wasn't just broken windows. The whole street was wrong. Walls melted, chimneys shattered. I swear, the lampposts bent sideways, as if the air itself had been twisted. They said it was Death Eaters. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't.
What if it was Potter himself?
I don't know, I just want my house back.
Your house may never have belonged to you. But fear not, Vernon, because here on the Dark Mark Network, your story will be heard, and your lawsuit will find support.
Support?
Yes. You'll soon find that those abandoned by the ministry tend to band together.
My lord, please tell me you're not sending this muggle to Nocturne Alley.
I'll put you in contact with a sympathetic legal team, pure blood funded. They specialize in anti-ministry cases.
Are they solicitors?
Of a sort. Listeners, support Vernon Dursley's righteous cause. Donate via Encrypted Owl, Anonymous Gringotts account, or, if you're a muggle sympathizer, PayPal. Every sickle counts.
And every knut goes missing.
We will rebuild number 4 brick by brick until the Dark Mark rises over Surrey once again.
Wait, what?
Ah, yes, metaphorically, of course. Vernon, there's something I've long suspected. something they never let you explain. That summer, the letters, the owls, the barrage of magical intrusion upon your home. What really happened?
What happened? Madness, that's what happened. One morning a blasted letter drops through the door, addressed to that boy, in the cupboard. Odd paper, strange wax seal. I knew something wasn't right. But Petunia, oh, she recognized it, said nothing, of course, kept quiet.
She knew.
Course she did, her blasted sister, remember? She thought she'd left all that rot behind. But then the letters kept coming, more and more. Owls everywhere. I couldn't open a window without finding one on the car roof.
And yet, you ran.
What else could I do? I boarded the mail slot, sealed the fireplace, burned the lot, and they still found a way in. So I did the only thing a man could do. I got my family out. We packed up, left everything behind, hotel rooms, ferry rides, middle of nowhere, kept moving.
To protect him.
What?
You didn't flee for yourself, Vernon. You fled to protect Potter, didn't you?
I didn't want him corrupted. Those people wanted him. I thought if we kept him away, he'd have a normal life. Decent, ordinary. Not whatever this is.
Fascinating, because the official story, Vernon, is that you were cruel, that you kept the letters from him out of hatred. But I see something else. What if you weren't keeping Harry Potter from Hogwarts out of cruelty, but out of kindness?
I didn't want him to end up like her.
A reluctant guardian, a protector in denial. Tell me, Vernon, when the letters flooded the house, when the owls swarmed your windows, did you ever feel watched?
I suppose.
And do you think perhaps the Dark Lord himself was watching? Perhaps those letters weren't meant for the boy. Perhaps they were warnings.
You're insane!
And yet here you are, talking to me. One final question, Vernon. If you could go back to that day when the first letter arrived, would you do it differently?
I'd burn the first letter faster.
Then perhaps, Vernon Dursley, you were the Dark Lord's last true ally after all. You've heard it here, listeners. Vernon Dursley, unwilling protector, failed resister, and perhaps the first casualty of a war he never understood. Now, we revisit an event the wizarding world mocks, but few understand. The summer before Potter's second year, Vernon Dursley's home was invaded, not by Death Eaters, but by something arguably worse. A house elf.
One of our prouder moments as a species.
And so, Vernon Dursley, tell us, what happened that night?
I'd planned everything perfectly. Clients from Japan. Huge deal. Could have doubled Grunning's exports. Finally, one night without that boy ruining things. And then the cake dropped.
A floating cake?
Yes. Hanging there in midair. You try explaining that to a client. And when it smashed down, I lost the contract. I lost everything.
And you blamed Potter.
Who else? I didn't know about sodding invisible goblins or whatever it was.
A house elf.
Whatever it was, it destroyed my life that night. So I did what any man would do.
And what was that, Vernon? I locked him up.
I boarded the windows, put bars on the bedroom, fed him through a cat flap.
Real humanitarian, this one.
I had to. It was for our safety. He was a menace. I wasn't going to let him ruin another deal. I was protecting my family. And myself.
Protecting yourself from a prophecy.
What? No, from him.
You don't understand. That house elf wasn't warning Potter. He was warning you.
What?
Dobby knew Vernon. He knew the chamber was opening. He knew darkness was rising. And what did you do? You locked the boy who lived in a cupboard.
I didn't know anything about a chamber. I just wanted a quiet life.
Don't we all?
And yet, Vernon, perhaps locking Potter in that room was your greatest contribution to the war. You bought the wizarding world precious days. A delay, a stalemate, one less weapon for the enemy.
I wasn't trying to help anyone, I just wanted him gone.
And that was precisely what fate required. You see, Vernon, you were never an enemy. You were a pawn.
I'm no one's pawn.
Wanna bet?
Listeners, ponder this. A floating cake, a ruined dinner, and a house elf's desperate warning. And all the while, Vernon Dursley stood at the heart of it, not as villain, not as hero, but as the last barrier between Hogwarts and disaster. But into the mind of a man who faced horrors of an entirely different kind, Vernon Dursley. Mr. Dursley, thank you for enduring this.
Didn't know what I was agreeing to, frankly. Thought this was a proper radio show.
Grizzle thinks it is proper. Grizzle is wearing his best pillowcase for the occasion.
What in blazes?
That's Grizzle. Try to ignore him. Vernon, let's revisit that charming summer. Harry's third year, wasn't it? Tell us, how are you coping?
Would have coped better without your kind, constantly meddling. Boy blew up Marge like a ruddy balloon. Took 4 blokes from that ministry place to fix the ceiling.
Ceilings are hard to scrub. Grizzle knows.
Speaking of Marge, how is she these days, and her beloved dogs?
Back to breeding bulldogs. Thinks she took a nasty bump falling off a ladder, poor woman. Doesn't remember floating out the conservatory, thankfully. But explaining why Harry wasn't at St. Brutus's. Again. That nearly killed me.
Grizzle heard she cried.
I can only imagine the heartbreak. Perhaps one day I'll lend you my house elf for support.
No! Grizzle does not dust Dursleys.
Good, because I don't like whatever he is.
Oh, Vernon, neither do most people, and yet here he is.
Grizzle lives.
For now. So, Vernon, after the war ended, the Ministry undid the memory modifications. Tell us, how did it feel, remembering everything? That infamous third summer.
Like being hit by a double-decker bus, Lestrange. Woke up one morning, sat down for breakfast, and suddenly I remembered my sister floating near the greenhouse like a parade float.
Grizzle remembers floating too, but it was accidental.
Fascinating. And how did you take it, Vernon? The sudden clarity?
2 weeks of nightmares, tried to file a complaint with the ministry. They sent me a fruit basket.
With enchanted pears.
Yes, they sang.
Poetic justice, I'd say. Join us next week, dear listeners, when we explore whether memory charms are more humane or more cruel than the truth. Vernon, care to volunteer?
What? Absolutely not!
Grizzle volunteers him.
And now, Vernon, after the ballooning of Aunt Marge and the fruit basket incident, we arrive at what some might call your tastiest summer yet.
Oh, you mean the one where my son's tongue grew 4 feet long? Yes, delightful memories.
Grizzle did not know tongues could stretch. Was it useful for cleaning floors?
No, Grizzle, it was not.
Tell us what happened, Vernon.
The red-headed devils, Weasley twins they called themselves, ambushed us. Said they were helping Harry pack. Next thing I knew, Dudley's tongue was rolling down the hallway like a rug. Nearly throttled the boy, trying to get him to stop panicking.
Panicking makes tongues grow faster. Grizzle read that somewhere.
2 hours at St. Mungo's. My boy couldn't eat for a week, not even a biscuit.
a tragic deprivation, but at least there was relief when young Potter left early that summer.
First decent moment of the entire year. Snatched him right out the house they did. Didn't even care who took him, just glad someone did.
Grizzle would have taken him.
You can have him!
Perhaps next summer, Grizzle. Perhaps next summer. And now, the 5th summer. Ah yes, Dementors in Little Whinging. Vernon, care to explain how it felt to have soul-sucking wraiths visit your charming suburban street?
Felt like the entire town dropped dead, Lestrange. Cold, heavy, as if something was breathing down your neck but you couldn't see it. My wife fainted. I nearly did too.
Grizzle hates Dementors. Grizzle saw one once. It tried to kiss a mouse.
How elegant. Vernon, your son?
Dudley's never been right since. Keeps his lights on at night. Refuses to touch ice cream. Said the cold reminded him.
Grizzle sleeps with a lantern now.
For once, I sympathize.
And after all that, Dumbledore's infamous howler arrived, did it not?
Blasted thing exploded in my kitchen, told us to keep the boy, said it was for his protection. Protection? From what? The entire magical world that seems determined to kill us?
Technically, yes.
I knew it.
And yet, you kept him.
Not by choice. Petunia said we owed Lily. And when Petunia cries, I lose every argument.
Grizzle thinks you did a good thing.
I'll alert the press.
Oh, don't worry, I'm recording. And now, the 6th summer. Not Dementors, not Weasleys, but something far worse, I suspect. Albus Dumbledore himself, in your living room.
Don't remind me, just appeared right in front of the fireplace like we were nothing, sat down like he owned the place. Be grateful you didn't. The man drank our best brandy, spoke like he was commenting on the weather, and the way he looked at me, like I was part of the furniture.
Technically, to him, you were.
I felt it.
But Grizzle heard he was kind.
Kind? He told me we'd been neglecting the boy, said we failed in our responsibilities. Then he just waved his wand, made biscuits appear, and told Petunia to calm herself. Like that helps.
Ah, yes, the infamous biscuits.
I ate 3, out of spite.
Bold.
And when he left...
He didn't even use the door, just vanished. Left us there, sitting in silence, like we'd survived a storm.
And the boy?
He left early. Again, thank heaven.
How fortunate for you. And so, we come to the 7th summer, the final one. Vernon, tell us, what does it feel like to be forced from your own home?
Madness. Absolute madness. Aurors showed up at dawn. Said we had to leave immediately. Packed whatever we could in 2 hours. They didn't even explain half of it.
Grizzle thought wizards were supposed to protect houses, not empty them.
Apparently not for muggles like us.
And Petunia, Dudley.
Petunia cried. Not because we were leaving, because she thought we'd never see our home again. Dudley said goodbye to the boy.
Dudley said goodbye?
Shook his hand. Told him he didn't think he was a waste of space. You could have knocked me over with a feather.
And you feared you might not return.
We weren't just leaving a house, Lestrange. We were leaving life as we knew it. The ministry said we'd be safe, but you could see it in their eyes. Even they weren't sure.
Grizzle understands. Safety is not always safe.
Did you believe you'd ever return?
No.
But you did.
Yes. Barely.
So, Vernon, you returned after the war, and found... what?
Rubble. Just rubble. Front door blasted off, windows shattered, roof half collapsed. My house wasn't a house anymore, Lestrange. It was a memory.
Grizzle would have cried.
I did.
And you believe Death Eaters?
Could have been them. Could have been Potter's lot. I don't care anymore. Wizard or not, someone owes me a house.
Did wizards not fix it for you?
Offered a fruit basket again, same as last time.
And your response?
I've hired a solicitor, Muggle Court. I'm suing Harry Potter.
But he saved the world.
He ruined my patio, and my kitchen, and my bloody conservatory.
A lawsuit against the boy who lived. Now that is ambition.
I don't care if he's the boy who tap dances. I just want my house back.
I hope you win.
Grizzle hopes you don't.
Ah, yes, your solicitor. Tell me, Vernon, how exactly did you meet Pious Thickness?
Bloke found me in a pub, said he'd heard about my troubles. Thought he was just another barrister looking for a paycheck.
Grizzle thinks that's how dark deals begin.
Introduced himself as a specialist in magical damages litigation. I figured he meant those insurance scams. But no, he was deadly serious. Wants to take Potter straight to court.
And I must say, you couldn't be in finer hands. Pious Thickness, sharp mind, impeccable wand work.
Wand work?
Oh, never mind that. I always enjoyed working under him. Efficient, ruthless, back when he ran the ministry.
Ran the what?
The Ministry of Magic. Grizzle remembers when Thicknesse was in charge. Everything was cold.
Must be a different Pious. My Pious wears a tie.
So did he.
Right.
In fact, I'm considering inviting him onto this very show. We could discuss your case in detail, assess your chances of victory.
Grizzle thinks Pious might not be helpful.
Oh, nonsense. Vernon, I imagine he'd love to explain how suing the savior of the wizarding world could be turned into a legal precedent.
I just want my house rebuilt.
Before you dash off, Vernon, fancy a pint? I know a little spot, quiet place, owned by Draco Malfoy. Delightful fellow, runs a dark magic shop on the side. We could toast to mutual Potter-related disappointments.
That's oddly tempting, Lestrange. But no.
No?
Grizzle would go.
After this, I'm meeting Dudley.
Dudley? Your son?
Yes, he's a counselor now. Works with troubled teens. Says punching people didn't solve as much as he thought.
Grizzle is happy for him.
How disappointing.
Maybe next time, Lestrange.
One can dream.
Can Grizzle meet Malfoy?
Perhaps. He does need help dusting the skulls. And before I vanish back into the shadows, a word for those of you who can still think for yourselves. If tonight's revelations disturbed you, good. That means you're waking up. For more truths the Ministry hopes you'll ignore, subscribe to this channel, the Dark Mark Network, right here on YouTube. New broadcasts when I dare to send them. And for those who seek deeper knowledge, those who truly wish to join the ranks of the informed, follow me to Substack. Search for Dark Mark Network on Substack and join the archive of forbidden posts, unreleased interviews, and exclusive revelations shared only with those brave enough to seek them. I am Mathalzar Lestrange, and this war is far from over. This has been the Dark Mark Network. I am Mathalzar Lestrange. Grizzle, shut it down.